want to show you something. You've probably never seen anything as ridiculous as this in your life. I can't speak. I'm so... Ah! Ready? Look! Finger condom! Look! So I can touch screens. What? How you all doing? Bollocks. Look! This is what you do on a day off. Not actually entirely true. This is what the wife did on our day off. She's decided that cleaning was necessary. But not just cleaning, because this is freaking me out a bit. Everything's moved! This is one of the less egregious choices. It used to be there. Now it's there. You didn't all belong in there. You were knives. Knives are now... I don't know actually, because I still remember where everything was when we... That was the cutlery drawer. Hang on, I used to... Woo! Organised. So, hang on. Ah! Sharp. Okay. I just got handed some quartz. Okay. This is going to take me forever to figure out. So the knives are there, but they're over there, and the cutlery's there. Teacups. Those are incredibly important in this house. They used to be there. Glasses. Huh. But you used to be here. So what's here? Sugar. Wait, but you... Tea bags. Sugar used to be over here though. Toaster. What? Okay. Toaster used to be in here. I think. What's in here? Plates. What? No, plates used to be in here. Mugs. No. I can't handle this. Wait, hang on. Washing stuff. It's not changed. Oh. Wait, has it? Nope, no, that seems fine. That is going to take absolutely forever for me to figure out or remember. I still occasionally check the wrong drawers. Would it be what is now the sharp knives drawer? That used to be the cutlery drawer. I still occasionally check that drawer. It's not that drawer. Hasn't been that drawer in ages. I need a map. For my kitchen. But yeah, the wife did that whilst I was fiddle-fuck-assing around with file transfers and all that kind of stuff, and checking files, archiving files, and all that kind of stuff. I actually did most of it. I started it yesterday. I ended up finishing most of it by about 3 o'clock this morning. And all that's realistically left to do is to transfer over, well, whatever the remainder is. There's probably about a month's worth of stuff. What I'll do is I'll leave it for another couple of days and then transfer an entire month over. Not ideal to do it that way, but I'll do it this one time because it's all quite nicely the packaged, organised. I'll move everything off my laptop onto the server. Done. But... And then I got into a bunch of conversations. Very unexpected conversations. One in particular. I got distracted. I got called away to do some bits. What was I talking about? How am I going to make it coherent? How am I going to make it fit? I'm probably not. Conversations. It's a bit awkward, isn't it? A conversation with a person. I've had a few conversations today, but one in particular was just beautiful. Always is. Every time I talk to you, mate, beautiful. I have a knack for tying memories of people to games, events, things. Everyone does, right? And recently I said how we're planning on playing Phantasy Star Online New Genesis. Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. Me, Zaber, Divine, maybe a few others if we get the chance. I'm a huge Phantasy Star Online 2 fan, or a huge Phantasy Star Online fan. Have been since I was a kid. And, well, I've mentioned them already. I mentioned the Experience Grind guys in a couple of other videos, Van Fury, Shade, and all that. Every single time I think Phantasy Star, I think Shade. Shade was one of the folks from the old EXP Grind days. Shade's idea, if I remember correctly. Just we all got together, we'd all dick around on Ship 2, is it or whatever it is, and we would just fuck about on stream, and it was just so fun. It was like me, Shade, Zobo, Van, Abraxas. Just like there was loads of us. Mind Rover, loads of us. We'd all just bundle in, Jet, loads of us. I've been talking to Shade for years. Right, so we installed Phantasy Star Online 2. As I say, we've been playing it for years, and I installed New Genesis, and I thought of Shade, and I've known Shade for years through, I believe, the Fail Train, Dontaine. He might have been one of Dontaine's viewers back in the day, but me and Shade hit it off. He subscribed to the early years of the daily vlogs. I've made a lot of great friends from the early days of the daily vlogs, like all the way back in 2011, 2012. Amazing people. I'm an asshole surrounded by great people. It's just, and Shade is one of them. The first time I spoke to Shade wasn't through Phantasy Star, though. It was Final Fantasy 14, where everyone was gearing up for the Guild Wars 2 early access, I think. And we didn't get in. Like, we had it, we just didn't get in. I jumped into Terra for a bit, and the queues were huge in that. And then me and Shade were like, well, why don't we play some Final Fantasy 14? We've got Final Fantasy 14, right? Let's jump into that, because they were announcing that 14 was going to disappear soon. This is before Realm Reborn came out. And me and Shade get into this call, and it lasted for 9 hours. At the very least, 6 hours. At the very least, 6 hours. We hit it off just straight away, chatting shit constantly. And it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I messaged Shay today, and I just got into a random catch-up conversation. Sometimes I don't talk to people for weeks, months, years, but I feel that there are, the people who I know, the people who know me, when we get back into a conversation, it's like there's never been a gap. Or it feels like there's never been a gap, It's like a comfortable pair of shoes. You just chat shit and it just goes on like it always did. It's comfortable, it's fun, it's just, And so I had a bit of a catch up. I spoke to Shade in I think a little bit in 2021, a little bit in 2020. We've been dark for a few years, But we had this chat, and I actually asked Shade if if he still had access to some of the old graphics he did for me back in the day. Shade has done a lot of my stream graphics over the years. I've done a bunch, he did a bunch, but I really loved his stuff because, well, he made it for me, you know. The last set he did, I didn't ask for. In fact, I don't actually think I've ever asked Shade for graphics, which is kind of why they kind of like, I'm a really sentimental geezer with that kind of stuff. I still have all of the graphics that he's ever sent me, and I'd be devastated if I lost him. But he did me some graphics years ago with, he did an East away screen, like so, it was an East 8 screen with Dana, 2 different versions of Dana, because Dana has stance changes in East 8, and then Adol Kristen is the middle character. It was a gorgeous graphic, and then he did me a 4x3 retro graphic, because I was doing 4x3 retro games as well, and he did me another one with East graphics all themed. That was really nice. And I said, look, do you still have those graphics? Do you still have the raws? Because I could do with a change. I've rebranded. Would it be possible to, like, could you, have you got them? You know, because I don't want to throw them away. I really like them. And anyway, I'm really stretching out this. We got into a chat and it was rad. But we brought up Final Fantasy. I was sold on the moment that Shade told me that Final Fantasy now has crossplay on some servers. Because I come from the early days of Final Fantasy 14 and I'm a legacy Balmung player, Balmung being the server. But Balmung is constantly full. It's a high pop server. So if someone moves, the chances of them getting back on are pretty slim. Or if you want to get new players into the game, chances of them getting onto Balmung pretty slim. And that's an issue that we've had over the years. I think Shade moved away and Van and that moved away. I think they might have gone to I don't remember now, Adamant, I don't know. They went, and I just didn't want to leave Balmung, and so I kind of cut my nose off to spite my face. All my group kind of left eventually or stopped playing the game, and there I was stuck solo on Balmung, so I stopped playing, plus a patch changed all my rotation. Shay says today, yeah, there's cross-play now, so we don't even have to be on the same server. As long as we're in the same like region, in the same server cluster, we can play. And I'm like, fuck. So I've started installing games on my laptop. Laptop specifically because Windows, because some of these games have anti-cheats that don't work on Linux through Proton. Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis doesn't work on Proton because of the GameGuard anti-cheat. Final Fantasy 14 I'm sure does, but it doesn't matter because it's an external client. And so I installed a bunch of clients because I just thought to myself, I'm cutting my nose off to spite my face again. I don't like installing a load of third-party clients. I like to keep things clean. Every time I have installed third-party clients before, Battle.net, Origin, Ubisoft Connect, or whatever it is you play, whatever. I've installed all those before, but every time I reinstall a machine or get a new machine, I always debate, do I really want to install a whole new launcher just for a couple of games or just for a game? But again, I'm cutting my nose off to spite my face. Like, I'm not going to be playing Final Fantasy with Shade if I don't install the Final Fantasy launcher. I can't play Fortnite with my kids if I don't install the Unreal launcher, which, by the way, Fortnite getting rid of the builder mechanic, fantastic. That now gives me a reason to play, because I fucking hate that game and I hate the builder mechanic. When it was the Horde mode game, that was fine. Building's fine. In a fucking shooter, shove it up your ass. Language, calm down. So I've installed launchers on the laptop. It was clean. It's not a particularly powerful machine. So I did kind of go like, oh, well, I've just installed, some of the lower end games, Dota, CSGO, League of Legends, Valorant, Final Fantasy 14. Oh, and then I broke another one. I broke the groove today. I bought a game on Epic. Did I say Unreal earlier? I meant Epic. If I said it, I don't know, because it's Epic that do the Unreal Engine. Final Fantasy VII, the remake, the one that I wasn't actually a huge fan of back in the PlayStation days, was on sale on the Epic Store. And then they gave it a double dip discount because it was on sale and then had like another somewhat percent off, 25% off. So you ended up getting the full game for like 30 quid or 37 quid, something like that. And I was like, oh, I don't like Epic, but alright. I just don't like fragmentation on stores, to be fair. I don't like that Epic bought a bunch of games that were on Steam and other platforms and said, no, they're exclusives here now. I do believe that we might have lost Rocket League Linux support at one point because it used to be on Steam, it used to have a Linux client, then Epic bought it, and I don't think they bothered supporting it after that point. You know, Fall Guys used to be on a load of places, then it went on to Epic. I think you can still get it on Steam now, but like you have to faff around and have an Epic account and all that kind of stuff. It's like, look, just fuck it. Just get the launchers, install the games, and play the damn things with your friends. Install Battle.net. You hate Blizzard, but no fucker else stands by their fucking guns, stands by their arms, so why the fuck should you? I was like, because that's all I've got. So I've bit the bullet, because I want to play games with Shade again. I want to play games with Vaughn again. I want to play games with Bard and Zaber and Ram and 3D and Jet and just everyone. If I've missed anyone's name out, it's not to be a dick, I'm just picking names off the top of my head. I want to play games with these people, you know? Why should they have to jump through extra hoops to play games with me? So, you know, I thought, fuck it. Plus, I even installed VR chat again on the laptop and pulled out the Quest 2 because to do with these and the old VR face. You can't really clean off my Vive all that well because it's got a sponge on it. You can't clean that sponge very well. Quest has got a nice pleather front face, and I can't use my knuckles, the Vive controllers, with gloves very well. So Quest for now. Shade sent me some links to some stuff I could use to remedy the Vive issue, some pleather face coverings for that. But it'll be great to get into game with people again. I'll even play games I don't really like if it means I get to hang out with my mates. Because even if it's a game you don't like, sometimes just getting in with the right group of people can really turn it and really make it fun. So I've met some great people doing this. Really great people doing this. A lot of people, I know some people who don't consider, you know, online or long distance friendship, but I do. And I've been blessed by doing this because of some of the people I know. So yeah, I was going to say the exception. I don't know if you can actually see it, the laptop. Oh yeah, just some low power stuff. Fucking like Final Fantasy remakes, low power. Like Final Fantasy Star New Genesis is low power. But I also didn't want to play New Genesis without throwing out there to Shade, because we jumped into the Japanese servers for Fantasy Star Online 2 so long ago. We streamed it a lot, we played a lot, it was a good laugh. Wouldn't be the same without him. Anyway, I'm gonna head off. That completely did not go according to plan, but went off on a bit of a rant. Like I say, just sometimes I bump into people, I meet people, and we click. And we don't speak for a long time, and yet, you know, some of these folks are just fucking cool. Mega fucking comfortable to be around. You know, they can tell me anything, and I know I can tell them anything, and they're just generally great people. I'm an asshole. They're great people. I think I'm going to go head off and play some Monster Hunter. And see if we can get the wife and Divine through HR7, so I can dust that one off and maybe get into New Genesis. Hopefully it runs on the laptop, so it's not particularly powerful, and it needs, what, a 2070 Super and an i9 on the recommended? I don't know. New Genesis is an engine rebuild for PSO2. PSO2 used to run on a pasty, but fuck me. Anyway, Sorry. Distractions. Yeah. I'll see you all in the next one. And it was, whilst brief, it was great talking to you, Shade. Really fucking cool.